I'm just trying to understand why people don't want to say this word. What about this word is so deterrent to say out loud about what's happening in the country right now, right? Nobody want to just say the word. If you say the word, you can understand what the word mean. You can look into it and look exactly how it works, and you can see that that's exactly what it is. And no, there are no political wings either. There's no red and blue. It's right-wing totalitarianism in the red states, and it's left-wing totalitarianism in the blue states. That's why you get the red states who just completely control everything and over-police everything and over-surveil everything, right? They got secret policing and all types of shit going on. They send people to aggravate people. They got all types of pre-crime and predictive policing that they use in to manufacture the crime, to create the statistics, to create the illusion and a division amongst the country, amongst people over things like color and religion and stuff like that, right? Right-wing totalitarianism in the red states uses the color caste system in full to the fullest, right? And then you got the left-wing totalitarianism, where they orchestrate and manufacture events and they manufacture these events, and like police shootings or police murders or ridiculous social injustices. And then they had these provocateurs come to the protest and all that, right? And egg them on and start doing crazy stuff. And now it became a whole riot, and stores are getting looted and burnt down and all types of stuff. And it was started out as a simple protest. You know what I'm saying? So that's a look into left-wing totalitarianism. If you notice, that don't really happen in the red states because it's not two different political wings. When you look at the red and blue states, you're looking at two different types of totalitarianism. That's it. You should look into both of those. If I was you, I would. I don't know why people will go as far as saying fascism, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fascism leads to what I just told you. In every way, shape, or form. It always does, right? It never ends. And now we're dealing with this AI algorithmic type of totalitarianism now, where these people just got access to us 24/7. Like you've seen articles in news clippings pop up everywhere about cops misusing these softwares and the things they have access to now, like flock cameras, in order to just stalk people, over surveil them, and all types of stuff. You see cops getting fired in other states. Well, unfortunately, that isn't happening in Arizona. They're allowing the cops to do this freely and do whatever they want here in Arizona. They will do anything to prevent consequences for the cops and prosecutors here in Arizona. Anything. This is a right-wing state, right? So this is more of a over surveillance, pre-crime police state than the left-wing states. They have other ways to be totalitarian. So you can just look it up. Look up left-wing and right-wing totalitarianism. They are a thing. You just literally can just Google them. So I mean, we got to get down to the nitty-gritty. That's all I'm saying, man. I ain't trying to keep bullshitting and beating around the bush and beating around the issue. You feel what I'm saying? The problem is robot freedom. And who want to have robot freedom, bro? Not me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go for that shit if you want, bro. You feel me? So I just been logging everything that I can, you know what I'm saying? Doing as much auditing as I can. I'm seeing exactly what's going down here. The law firms, the municipalities, the courts, everything. Everything is rigged. The mechanics, Everything. You can't even go to a mechanic here, for real, for real. They screw you over. And that's probably in most places, you know. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, it's really bad. Like, you know, and until we catch on to what's happening and acknowledge it for what it is, how do we break the spell? How do we get people to actually want to actually wake up to it and understand it if you don't understand it yourself? If you struggling with it, if you not willing to say, or we not willing to say as a group, like as a unit, yo, this is what's happening. I don't understand how we fix it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that people saying, I'm seeing on the internet, you know what I mean, like with the targeted individuals and the gang stalking and all that stuff, bro, that is all a result of totalitarianism. And that's probably been happening. It's just that the people who saying it are just noticing that it's happening. Or they move to a state where the totalitarianism is switched on them, and it's not left wing, it's right wing, or went from right wing to left wing. So now they experiencing a different type of total. Like, that's all that's happening. That's all that's happening, yo. All the other shit people saying is just like, bro, okay, some of it might be true, a lot of it is sensationalized. You know what I'm saying? But it's all the result of the same thing. So it is what it is, man. All the isms lead up to this one big ism. Totalitarianism. And we got to start calling it what it is so we can start addressing it properly, because if not, we're addressing a bunch of separate issues instead of one big issue that is causing a bunch of individual problems. So it is what it is, man. That's my words for the day. I'm out. Peace. Y'all have a great one.